Welcome back. Another edition of the Down and Back with CornDoug, presented by Oktane Cornhole. I'm CornDoug. This week we've got KW results. We've got some Guelph results. First time Peterborough Cornhole started up, they had a record 32 players out for their first night. Had a great night there. We've got some news on Stratford Cornhole, making some changes there with them and Mitchell. And then we've got a great interview coming up. Robbie Graham, Southwest Georgia Cornhole. Excited to talk to him again. As I've said before, he was my first blind draw partner down the States, and it didn't go as I had planned. So we'll talk to him about that. So getting into the show here, because I got a lot to get into. KW results. This week, Jeff Shantz finished first. Craig Raymond was in second. New name in there. He was off for a couple of weeks. He's back into it. Scott Sullivan was third. Jamie Cowan finished fourth. Corey Golbeck comes in fifth. Then that puts our standings then this week at Jeff Shantz stays in first. Jamie Cowan moves up to second. Trevor Huber dipped down a bit this week. He's in third. Matt Plyle comes in fourth. Matt Larcher comes up into the top five. Mark Larcher comes up into the top five. He's been pretty strong the last little bit, and he's coming along. So hopefully we'll get this week coming up. I'll kind of go into that a bit here. We've got, if you're watching, first-time cornhole players, first time coming out to league night, you get to play for free this Monday night, 7:30, Edelweiss Tavern. We've got it's going to be a real shake-up in the standings, I believe, because Jeff Shantz, Jamie Cowan, Scott Sullivan, we got Jerry Halfpenny, Steve Pohl, Dean Lang. They're all going to Toronto for a tournament Monday night in Toronto. So we're going to be missing 6 of our top 8 players. So come on out, have some fun. You won't have to deal with playing those top pros, and we'll be able to have some fun out there on a Monday night. Going over to Guelph. Dean Lang took out Jamie Cowan in the final there. Remember, they play singles in Guelph. Still trying to get our numbers up there, but Jamie Cowan finishing second. I was able to watch that on Scoreholio a bit. Jamie Cowan 1-3 in the round robin, comes back and took out Jeff Shantz in the third place game to put him into the final. That was kind of a shock with how good Jeff's been throwing lately, but I think that was 21-5. I think that score was. Jamie was just on fire. Then he ran into another hot Dean Lang again. He's been just lights out for still under a year of playing for him. So he's really rising up there. So we'll see how he does with the rest of the guys in Toronto on Monday night. Over to Peterborough. I had a chance to talk with Adam Hubbard on late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Like I said, he had 32 players there Wednesday night for their first night ever, and a lot of new players. So as you can see on the screen there, Brian St. Thomas, who I've been told is a converted washer toss player. He's only been playing cornhole for a couple months. He takes first with Adam Elgetti, who's a seasoned player. He's been playing for a couple years now. They get first. Mike Broccoli and Dylan Heffernan. Dylan Heffernan, first night ever playing cornhole. He had never played before. Comes up in there. They had a blind draw for it, so he gets Mike Broccoli as a partner, and must have been throwing lights out for his first night. But it's great to see a couple new players come in first and second, just to enhance that. And in talking with Adam, everybody went away. All 32 players went away with a smile on their face, happy, saying they're coming back next week. And that's just going to be a great thing for Peterborough. Hoping still they've got that. Adam's still talking the Daytona 500 tournament down there in February, so that'll be Family Day weekend here. So if you're in Peterborough, that area, let's hope that they can get that going. You'll see me down there wearing all my Joe Gibbs Racing stuff, because we'll take the tournament and that Daytona 500 that weekend. So that will be a really good time down there. Coming to Stratford. So Stratford was canceled on Wednesday night. Not sure the exact reason, but they had to cancel it. Stratford's going to go dark for the month of December. The Legion there has a bunch of events going on, so they're going to have to cancel Wednesday nights. But Mitchell Legion then will go from Thursdays. They're going to move to Wednesday nights and take over that spot. So it'll be Mitchell Legion. I'm not sure if they're going to go every Wednesday or if they'll continue going there bi-weekly with every other week there. So just check out the Stratford Cornhole Facebook page. More info on that to come. So hopefully we'll get started back up January with Stratford Cornhole. So that with that there, going to get to the interview portion with us here. Robbie Graham, part owner, Southwest Georgia Cornhole, and like I said, my first blind draw partner. For me, I guess I couldn't ask for a better partner, even though I wasn't the best. But it was just, he's a great guy. The rest of that week that I'd met him there was like every day was like, how you doing? How you throwing again? He's just, everybody knows who Robbie Graham is. Well-liked guy, and just we'll bring him in now. Robbie Graham, Southwest Georgia Cornhole. There he is. Welcome to the show, Robbie.
Thanks for having me, Doug.
We're it's like I said, that first blind draw, we've talked about it before. I still can't apologize enough. It was just bad throw after bad throw after bad throw. But,
well, everybody does it, Doug. I mean, I could play my best game and turn around and throw my worst game. That's just cornhole. That's the way it goes. And I was happy to play with somebody besides being in the States. I mean, I'm always happy to play with anybody, but it was new. Hey, I went home and told my wife, I said, I met a guy from Canada and I throwed with him as a team. I said, and I enjoyed it. I said it was something different. When you step up to the ACL and their top caliber of players is unreal. And it was a learning experience. That was y'all's first time, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Oh,
yeah. So I mean, y'all learn a lot there, and I could tell this past year that it was even better. The teams from other countries, they were good. And is getting stronger and stronger every year. I mean, as far as you being my partner, I'll be your partner any day of the week you want to be. It is not a problem.
Well, I've gotten a bit better since then, but like you said, when we went down there, it was, for a lot of us, it was just a real big, I don't want to say like sticker shock, like when you're buying a car, but it was like, wow, like my regular partner Corey Golbeck, in the blind draw, he ended up throwing against Dalton McClem that first game, and it's like, wow, okay, sure, yeah, because we all know how he throws.
Yeah, Dalton's he's lights out.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. So getting into the question I like asking people a lot is because when I talk to some people around here, everyone's like, oh, well, you go and you play competitive or whatever, and it's just, everybody gets into cornhole the same way. So I'm gonna ask you, just how did you get into the Southwest Georgia Cornhole?
Basically my son was playing high school sports, and you hear stuff about cornhole I had no idea. And I was helping with a booster club doing a fundraiser for the school system. And they had a cornhole tournament. Come to find out, I had two guys come.
Oops, sorry there, Robbie. I messed up there a second.
Okay. And we had two guys come in, and they were just lights out. I said, where are these guys playing at? And to come to find out, it was Danny Culberson and Jay Sutherland. One's out of Tallahassee, and one's out of Bainbridge, Georgia. And they were like awesome. And we got to throwing, me and my son got to throwing here at the house, and didn't know the rules and didn't know the regulations. So we got all that, and we started playing, and then we went to one of Danny's tournaments, and then we went to another fundraiser, and we became friends with Danny. I had a high school buddy, a guy I went to school with from the time we were elementary all the way up through high school, and after high school, that was playing, and I didn't even know he was playing anymore and doing it. And we started playing over there on Saturday nights just for fun, just pickup games, just having fun. No money involved, just throwing bags. And the competitive drive took over then. It was just me, my sons, and Danny and Timmy. We just were, the competitiveness got the best of us. We wanted to see how good we could be. And we still learning. We getting better though.
Yeah. So So then, so now Southwest Georgia, it's one of the bigger organizations down in the States. So what do you guys have coming up, kind of in the future here for tournaments?
Well, we got our conference next weekend. The first weekend of December. Rob Chessmark is got the conference set up. Our first ACL conference of the season, and we got that. Nothing right here before Christmas. I got one more regional, my fourth regional to run of the year. We're gonna run it second weekend of December, but nothing big. Today I planned our Christmas party. We kind of do a Southwest Georgia Cornhole Christmas party. We try to do either Thanksgiving or Christmas, just for everybody that throws, let them come, and we'll cook and get the venue, and they come and just enjoy fellowship and throw cornhole. We might put a little entry fee, a little pot together for winning players, but we might not. It depends on how it works out. Nothing big. I got some stuff coming up in March that could be anywhere from $4,500 to $9,000 payout, but that's the only big one I got locked in right now. We just hadn't designated the payout yet, the guaranteed payout. But that's going to be a good one. It's got Uncle Cracker in there with a concert, and there's several big things there that are going on in River Days in Bainbridge, Georgia. But nothing right next couple of months. We're concentrating on the conferences, regionals, and the nationals, getting it kicked off this year. Are y'all coming to Fort Lauderdale?
I'm not sure about Fort Lauderdale. I know there's a bunch of us that are going to be going to the national in Cleveland in March.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Well,
so once y'all raise the temperature up there, so all the snow will be melted.
Well, it makes you throw the bag on the board so you don't lose it in the snow. That's what it just ends up being.
Yeah.
So with some people that watch online and watch some of the players, so what are some of the big names who are some of the bigger players that you have coming out with your league that people may recognize?
We have Noah Wooten. We have him, Matthew Sorrell, Emery Parker, Brent Smith, Colby Ushery. There's some Tommy Pugh. They don't always come every regional, but they come they come quite a bit. Them guys they pretty well much lights out. Tyler Williams, Chris Burrell's come down this year and played some. We've had David Sorrell there. I mean, Georgia's got some loaded talent, and so does North Florida. Well, the whole state of Florida's got it, and we get the opportunity to get players from both states and Alabama. We've had some come in from this year from Alabama to play around Pensacola. The Mobile, Alabama area. So we welcome everybody. We just try to make it a good competitive tournament for everybody, and we want everybody to have a good time. With this new stuff that the ACL's coming out with the switch AM1 and switch around and the round robins and all that, that's just opening up the doors for more and more people to come in. And when you can go somewhere and guarantee someone 6 games to play, that's a lot of playing.
So yeah, so that's what our league night is on Monday nights here. So we're not doing the Switcholio for that there. So you get your 6 games, and then that way we had when we had first started out, we had it was myself and my partner Corey. We've been the ones that have been probably playing the longest, along with Matt Plyle and Jamie Cowan here. And so we would come in and new players come in and you don't mean to, but you end up playing way better than them. And then so this whole Switcholio stuff where you're having that different partner each time, you're not you got that chance to play with the better players as a partner and learn from them, and it's just it makes the whole night fun where you're not losing all the time with newer players.
That's exactly right. We're running that now, in our league play for our local points, and they're blind draws. And we doing a 6-game switcholio, you might say, and then we turn around and do a double elimination tournament on top of that. It's really, really, the game is evolving. The bags are changing. Either they're making the game better for other people, some of them might making it worse. But I've never dreamed that this sport would be as big as it's getting. And the thing is, it's growing every day. It's getting bigger.
For sure.
Like
awesome.
we
see, we see here because we're trying to get to where it is down in the U.S., but it's we're still at that grassroots, or we're trying to get people in because it's almost and you've probably had the same issue with us is it's that name cornhole, where you got the people that are like, oh, cornhole. Then they get that there's that whole other connotation to the name cornhole, and you're like, you know what? No, just come out, try it, because once you try it, you're hooked. You're hooked playing it.
Right. I've had players say, well, I can't compete with Joe. I can't come out. When they come out, they all go 3-3, and they say, well, I won these 3 games and I lost these 3, but I had a great time. You're not going to get any better unless you practice and play against people that are your level of competition or higher. And I'm going to tell you, them players that you see on ESPN and all that, they're professionals. They're lights out. But there's a lot of players that's in them stands that one bag either way could have changed out the outcome of the game that they were playing each other, and they could just as easily been on stage, the big stage. I mean, the level of competition is just unreal when you get to the pros. That's like an elite status, but there's so many players that's out there that's just starting 1 year, 2 years, myself included, that are just they getting better and better every day. And everybody has started, the top players in the world all the way down to the people that's just started. They started the same way, learning how to put the bag on the board. That's all.
Yeah. Well, that's like
put the bag on the board, start throwing them in the hole.
Yeah, like we tell people when they come out, it's just, come out, just have fun, and don't be afraid to play those bigger players that you think are the better players, because new people come out on a league night and we'll say, do you remember, because they had on the world competition that there was in Pennsylvania there this past year. We actually were able to get that on national television here on TSN. So we had Jamie Cowan, Scott Sullivan on that TV, or that played in the final against just Adam and Cody. And and I was like, tell people, you remember seeing that on TSN? Well, yeah. I was like, well, there's the 2 guys standing right over there that were actually playing, representing Canada on that TV, and they're like, it's just them. It's like, and then they'll see that they may lose a couple of games, where it then becomes that anyone can play, anyone can win at any time.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right.
So my next question was going to be about attracting new players, but it all gets into that. We just kind of talked about it, that playing the switch games and just getting new people out to show, hey, you can play, and like we're having the free night this Monday night for players that have never played before, but it's getting the new people out to play that are just come out for that social aspect of the game.
Right. One thing that you can get to do is when you have other tournaments involved, even though you don't want it to be like your boys Jamie and them, when they're there, they're going to go to win, but get them to come in and just hang out with the up and comers, teaching them how to throw the bags, telling them, the things they need to be doing. That's the kind of stuff that builds the sport. you can always be a great player of the sport, but being a great representative of the sport is where it really counts.
Oh,
And that's what when I have little kids and stuff that come up to play in our fundraiser tournaments and things like that, I spend time with them. I want them to play. If they don't never come back, well, that's on them. But if I don't give them the opportunity to learn or try to learn, or me to help them learn, or my other players that play help them learn, the sport's not going to grow. And I can tell you, you get somebody like one of your top guys come in and help a young kid that's 11 and 12 years old learning how to throw the game, and he's sitting, especially one that's like Jamie and them that's been on TV. They seen this guy on TV. They think he's awesome. They're going to listen to him. They're going to learn, and it's a way to grow the sport.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I learned when I was down in Cherokee. There was, you see all these guys that are the top players. There's like, and I've had like yourself. I've had Timothy Pitcher would just sat out of the blue, just started talking to me, like all these top players. You got Rob Chismark, you got Sato Soto, guys like that just, you find out that, like you guys are pros and you're like, but you're still just regular people that just talk. And I think that's the good thing about, I think the best thing about cornhole is that no matter what level you are, everybody is going to talk, and just everyone's on the same plane when you're just people talking.
When everybody there is not too good for anybody. They all about, when they step up to the boards, it's all business. I mean, really and truly. They have nothing for you. They're all business when it comes to throwing them 4 bags every time. But when you step away, they want competition. The pros do. They want the toughest competitions they can get. But they want the fellowship, the friendships, the camaraderie, the good sportsmanships, and you'll see that there. You'll see it where it's the toughest games that you'll see, and the players will get mad, but they'll turn around, they'll shake their hands, tell them good game, and
exactly.
It's there, and it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the only sport. I've always been a big college football fan, college baseball fan, but this is the only sport that I can actually say I can be involved with that I truly, truly enjoy. I mean, it takes up so much time on my time on the weekends, but I enjoy every bit of it.
Yeah. Like we had a fundraiser for my son's hockey team here, and all the other parents, all the other dads especially, will make fun of me about cornhole. And I was like, you know what? Come out and play. Now they then came out and played in our tournament, and now for our fun, our free night on Monday night here, I think I've got about 7 of them coming out because they're like, they want to play, and we got the kids playing as well too, and all the kids, every time I'm at hockey, the kids are like, can we play cornhole again? Can we play cornhole again? So we've got 10-year-olds wanting to play cornhole all the time. Yes. So we got a couple hockey tournaments coming up where we're staying in hotels, and that's the first question people were asking me. I was like, are you bringing your boards to the hotel? I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah. If you're saying I have to bring my boards, I guess I'll bring my boards to the hotel so everybody can play.
Yes, we had a big Thanksgiving dinner yesterday, and there was 81 folks there, and we got out of the car, and the first thing one of the relatives said, you bring your boards? No, sir. Well, you got to have some boards. We come for Thanksgiving dinner, and they wanted to know where the boards was at. But they follow us on Facebook and then see all the things, and they love watching my son. So
yeah, so like, well, that's the other thing. Like, they kind of people make laughing when I talk about this. I've got a friend down in North Carolina that he says they have their boards with them all the time, and they'll go out to family dinners at a restaurant. And if there's a lineup in the restaurant that it's going to be like a half an hour wait, they bring the boards out of their truck and they just start playing in the parking lot while they're waiting to go into the restaurant. And it's just that's a game where you can play anywhere.
That's right, anywhere, anytime. Yep. I've seen pictures where they had a bad accident or something, and the congestion on the interstate was so bad that they just stopped the cars and they couldn't travel. I've seen pictures on the side of the road where people playing cornhole right there on the side of the interstate. It's just, it passes the time, and it's a great sport. I think Rob Tismart said he was in Louisiana or Alabama or Mississippi somewhere over that way, and he pulled up at a gas station, and there was a cornhole tournament right there at the gas station. And he got out, went over, and went to live streaming the gas station, right there at the gas station, on the side of the road. It's amazing what things, just having people get together and throwing bags.
Yep. So you mentioned that you watch college baseball, and then you mentioned your son. So there's that the big college championship coming up in the with the ACL, and I give you a little bit of time to brag, because I think you were kind of involved in that last year a bit.
Yeah, my son Jay, he finished third in singles, and him and his partner Hunter Yaklin finished fifth last year. And they felt like they let each other down. They felt like they let the school down. They shot unbelievable upstairs. It was just lights out, hardly missing a bag. They were just, when I was up there watching it, just them throwing, and I was thinking, there was, with team comparison, they were probably the most experienced team there. And when they got on the big stage, it just, the lights, the pressure, you got 100 people watching you live, but you probably got, 200,000, 300,000 people watching you on TV. That's a big stage. It's a big atmosphere. Stacy and the whole ACL crew is making that a lot better. And he's going back. My son Jay's going back, and we're going to leave on the 26th, going up in December, the day after Christmas. And he's going to try to make it another run at it. I don't know. We'll see how he does. Last year, the Game Changer bag come out, and that was a whole different new experience for everybody. But that was it was changing. It was the bags made my son change the way he throws, because he's really a hard, aggressive thrower, and he couldn't stop the changers. But everybody had to play it. Everybody had to throw it, and so that's how it goes. It was equal across the board. So, he gonna make another run, and he gonna see.
Yeah, like I didn't get a chance to play against your son Jay there, but I know I did play against Hunter Yaklin the one game, and it was like, it was another blind. It was in a blind draw, so it was he wasn't my partner, but I had to throw against him, and it was like, oh boy,
Well, Hunter went pro this year. I think Hunter went pro. We got 4 or 5 players from the state of Georgia that's gone pro this year. I didn't go pro because of my job, and I really wanted to concentrate on growing my area a little bit more, promoting it, getting bigger payouts for the players, and that's what I talked to my partner Danny, and we discussed it, and we're going to play quite a bit this year. But we're not going. Well, I didn't go pro this year. I wanted to stay home and kind of concentrate on building my area up a little better. If you don't keep that social division coming in, your advanced players eventually will fade out. So you got to start somewhere. And Todd Kaczynski told me that. He said, "Don't worry about your advanced players; they're coming." He said, concentrate on your social and your competitive players. He said that's how you get your advanced players bigger.
Yep. So, well, because if you don't have that grassroots in the bottom, you're gonna have nothing at the top once everyone leaves. And
that's right.
And that's the thing that I've noticed about in your area and then in Florida as well too, is you've got so many young great throwers down there. Like again, I keep going back to people I've played against, and my partner Corey and I, we ran up against Luke Johnson in one game.
Yes.
And
yes.
it was like, wow, okay. And you know, when you talk about practice, it was that, you know, he was a young guy that it's like we go over, we leave the hotel, we go to the casino, to the ballroom or whatever, and we get there at 9, and he's already there throwing, and then you go to leave like late at night, and he's, you know, 14 hours later he's still throwing bags, but it's that practice, that repetitive motion to try and, you know, to know what you're doing with the stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, you know.
Yeah, Luke is you could call him an up and comer, but that young man's been around the sport for a little while, and I'm gonna tell you something. He will light the boards up on you. I see live feeds on him all the time, and he is a fine young man. His dad Ryan's got to be proud, but I'm gonna tell you, Luke is going to be something to really see. You give him another year in that pro division, because I believe he went pro this year.
I think so too. Yeah,
you give him, he's going to really, really light it up the world. Now I'm going to tell you, Lucas, and he's a fantastic young man. Every time you see him, he's nice and just well mannered and polite, and he loves the game of cornhole.
Oh yeah, like my partner Corey, when we were at that time in North Carolina, he was a #1 player up here. So I was like, I've seen Luke throwing all week. You're gonna play against him because I'm not throwing against him. I threw against Ryan, and Corey was like, every time Corey was like I can't do anything. Corey will do his regular bags, and Luke's just putting them in, and like Ryan's just giving a chuckle, like, you know, like that proud dad chuckle there. But it was, you know, it's for us, there was experiences like that to see that stuff, you know, and even, you know, towards, you know, with my son now, he's turning 10 here, and he wants to start playing more. Like, we've got our Oktane bags here. He wants to get his own bags with his own name on them, and, you know, and start playing more. So it's, you know,
that sounds like a good birthday present.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he wants more of Christmas, or just I want a Saturday gift. Just give me some new bags. Some bags.
There you go.
So.
Well, I can tell you, my wife finally told me, said, look, you gotta get rid of some of these bags, and we had so many bags, it's unreal. So we narrowed it down. We only down to about 10 sets a piece now. So, so good luck with all that.
Well, I've got for myself now. I've only got 2 sets really for myself, and I just ordered another Oktane set there last night, and I'm getting to my wife saying, "Don't you have enough bags?" I'm like, "Well, I'll have 2 sets for playing inside, and I've got a set for playing outside now, so I'll be good. I'll be good with that now."
Yeah, I wish it was just that easy for us. It's unreal. I mean, I probably sold 20 sets last year, and the beginning of this year, trying to get rid of them all. And I still got 10 sets for me, and my son's got 10 sets. Mm-hmm. It's just when we buy a set, we buy 8 bags, because if you get used to a set of bags and you go somewhere for a competition, or you up against another players that's got the same color, you have to change colors. So
yeah.
I prepare myself with the same bags, 8 bags per set of bags. So that way I'm covered.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's probably time to wrap this up here. I want to thank you for coming on. We've got some newer stuff coming up in the new year that I'm hoping going to try and get you on. We're going to want to have some hangouts where we're just going to go and just have a couple of people in like this year, talk live, and let people watch and ask questions and talk cornhole with the people watching. So I think that'd be great to have you on with that in the new year.
Well, you just holler at me when you're ready.
Yep, for sure. And thanks for coming on the show here.
Yes, sir. Anytime, Doug. Okay. Good seeing you again, buddy.
You too.
Fly 'em straight.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Want to thank Robbie Graham for coming on there. Just we usually have our 5-10 minute conversations with guys, but just go in there. Just you can, with guys like that, you can just talk cornhole and not stop. And I really look forward to having the hangout with him and you being able to watch live and ask him questions about Southwest Georgia cornhole or even just cornhole in general. And it'll be, I think we got that, and we got a couple other new things on the go for next year, and we're really trying to get our cornhole here up, and just to show people that what, it's just everybody starts out the same. Like I said a few podcasts ago, everybody starts out the same. No one is just throwing bags and being number one right away. You've got to work at it and just ply your trade and just go out and just play for fun. Play those social tournaments to start off with. Get it for fun and get it going. So speaking of tournaments, we've got ones coming up. I mentioned about it last podcast. Our one in Dundas. So we've got the Ho Ho Holio tournament. It's going to be an ACL regional, December 14th, Hamilton Air Force Association. Got the address on the screen there now. The guys in Dundas, they're really pushing this here. We're hoping to get same kind of turnout as they did in Peterborough, but this time as it's in Dundas, we're a little closer to the Niagara area. We'll get some people coming in from the States, hopefully. You may see ACL Pro Bobby Speary at that tournament. Not sure if he'll have something else going on. As I said before, we got Cynthia in the Niagara region. I know you're going to end up coming down to this year, so you won't have to, little hour less drive for you for coming here, but when you come for the tournaments here. But that should be a great time. Not sure if I've got a chance to make it out to that yet. I got to kind of clear the schedule, but love to be there and talk to some people, show some videos, and just to have some fun. Next tournament here is the coming up, and I mentioned it a bit with Robbie. It's going to be the ACL. Last podcast, I mistakenly called it a conference. Not a conference. I guess it would be a conference for us up here because we're the lone wolves up here. But we've got the ACL National coming up in Cleveland, March 13th to the 15th. The schedules come out for that, so we've got a lot of singles and a doubles, social, and kind of advanced coming up. I believe are on the Friday of the 13th of that weekend, and then you get the more advanced stuff going on in the week, and then with when ESPN starts getting involved and showing that. But that will be a great weekend. Check out KWCornhole.com, KW Cornhole Facebook page for more info on that there. Like I said, we're trying to get some people to go down. There's probably already about 4 or 5 of us from KW here that'll be going down. If you're in our area and you want to get in on it, we can grab a bunch of hotel rooms, get on there, stay, just have a weekend away playing cornhole, which would be a lot of fun. And I know in the Ontario region here, that's right at the beginning of March break. So, to bring the family, bring the kids down for the junior tournaments, and that will be a lot of fun. So, also, with it being Thanksgiving weekend in the States, and today being Black Friday, OktaneCornhole.com, 25% off site-wide from today until December 2nd. So, your bags, your shirts, your hats. I believe Matt said there's even some new stuff coming out tonight, so you can go check that out and have some fun buying some new cornhole stuff. Who does, like Robbie said, who doesn't like getting new bags, new cornhole stuff, and just go to Oktane Cornhole, check it out, get yourself some new gear. So that kind of almost about wraps it up for this week. Like I said, just to go over a couple other things, reminder, Stratford Cornhole taking a break until January. Mitchell Cornhole will be moving to Wednesday nights, starting next week, I believe. But again, check out the Stratford Cornhole Facebook page. Paul will have some more info coming up with that. Maybe your chance to go and knock Kevin Smith off the podium there. He seems to be the king on Wednesday nights in Stratford. Will that move to Mitchell? We're going to have to wait and see. But again, just thanks for watching here. You know, again, I guess I forgot to say it off the top, and I'm going to say it now. You've probably now noticed we've moved to YouTube. So we're also on YouTube. We're going to be sharing it on the Facebook stuff, but you're watching on YouTube. There's a subscribe button down there. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, give us a thumbs up, make a comment. We're still going to be having some content over on the Facebook page, but the podcast here are going to be moving to YouTube. Check us out. Again, well, I guess you already are checking us out, but just give us that subscribe, give us that like. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. Just we're here for some fun. We're here to get you informed on cornhole in our area and beyond. As you can see, like I said, you know, our stuff that we're doing here is the same as what pros are doing down in the States. So just keep throwing the bags, keep having some fun. Remember, Monday night, if you've never played in the KW Cornhole League night before, come out, play for free. Free cornhole. What can get better than that there? So come out, keep throwing the bags, keep having fun, and we'll see you next Friday right here on the Down and Back with a CornDoug.